Hello dear students, how are you? I wish all of you will be healthy and safe. So students, till now you are able to understand what is function and how do we create the function. So in this tutorial we will cover three main topics: local variable, global variable and non-local variables. So these variables are divided into three parts on behalf of their scope, behalf of their accessibility. Okay, so first we will discuss about local variables. So what are local variable? A variable declared inside the function's body. Okay, whenever you create the function the variables which are declared in the function's body are called local variable. Okay, or in the local scope is known as local variable. It's very simple. We declare a variable inside the function to create local variable. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Here we are creating a function like name is fun. Okay, so here the let variable is x and we have initialized the value where x equals to 10 and write down the statement the variable inside the function x equals to what? X. Okay, let's see. If you use this, if you use this call the function, if you call this function, then you will get the result. Then you will get the result. Okay, Scott is missing here. Now you can see the variable inside the function x equals to 10. So this variable is local variable because it is initialized in the function body. If you use this value, use the value of x outside the function, then it will raise the error. Now let's see. If you write in the print, okay. Now if you run this program, now it will raise an error because name x is not defined for this print statement. So the scope of this x is local. So you can use the value of x, your variable x inside the function. If you use this x outside the function, then it will raise the error. So this is about the local variable. If you initialize here x outside the function, now suppose x equals to 50, now you can see the result. Then the variable inside the function x equals to 10, because the value of x inside the function is 10, then it will print 10. Whenever you call this function, it will execute these two statements. So here x is 10, then it will print 10. But outside the function, so both variable are different. Here x and this x is totally different. So this is the local variable and this is the global variable. So both are different. Okay. So the variable x here x equals to 50 outside the function. So it will be exit by this statement. Okay. So now you understand what is local variable. Okay. So next is global variables. In Python, a variable declared outside of the function is known as global variable. Whenever you declare a variable outside the function, it is known as global variable. There is no need to write down any other keyword to make a variable global. Just you have to declare that variable outside the function. It is known as global variable. So global variable can be accessed inside or outside of the function. Here this is the foundation that this is the local variable. You can access this variable inside the function only, but you cannot access the outside the function. But the global variable can be accessed inside or outside also. Okay, let's see. So now what is global keyword? A global keyword allows you to we will discuss about it later. Let's see. Okay, here I have mentioned x equals to 100. Okay, so this is the global variable. If you declare a variable outside the function, it is known as global variable. Now you can access this variable in your function, inside the function. Okay, now run your program. Now you can see the function inside the variable inside the function. X will be 100. A variable sorry, here the outside, we print the variable outside the function, it will be 100. So this is the global variable. The global variable can be accessed inside the function and outside the function also, but you cannot modify this variable inside your function. Means, let's check. If you assign x equals to x multiplied by 2, okay, what will happen? Let's see. It will raise the error. Why? Local variable x is referenced before assignment. So here it will raise the error because it is not a local variable, so you cannot modify it. Okay, this is the meaning of this line. In Python, global keyword allows you to modify the variable outside of the current scope. Okay, so using global keyword, you can modify it, but without using global keyword, you cannot modify it. Okay, if I use the global keyword like this, so global x, okay, global x. Now x equals to x into 2. Now you can access this variable. Okay, now you can modify it. Now here the value of x is 100. Now you have declared the x is the global variable. Okay, you have told that the x is the global variable. Now you will get the right to modify the global variable. Now global variable x is modified, x into 2. So now you can see the result, x is 200, because the value of x is changed. That's why the variable outside the function x will be 200 also. Okay, it's clear. Okay, so now what are the, it is used to create a global variable and make the changes of the variable in a local context. Okay, so using global keyword, you can modify your global variable inside your function body. Okay, so rules for global keyword: when we create a variable inside a function, it is local by default. Okay, when we define a variable outside of a function, it is global by default. So don't have to use global keyword. So outside the function, okay, outside the function, there is no use to use the global keyword. So here I am not using global keyword, but I am accessing the global variable. Okay, so outside the function, there is no need to use the global keyword, but whenever you use the global variable inside the function, so you have to use the global keyword. Okay, use global keyword to read and write a global variable inside a function. Inside a function, you have to use the global keyword. Okay, so use of global keyword outside the function has no effect. There is no meaning to use the global keyword outside the function. Okay, so I have written down an example and I have discussed earlier, so I am not discussing it again. Okay, now use of global keyword. So modifying global key variable from inside the function. In this here we have modified the global variable. Okay, next one is, so here you can see the local variable c. So now let's see this function c equals to 1. It is a global variable. Now this is the add function, and you are modifying the value of global variable. So in this case, it will raise the error. It will show the local variable c reference before the assignment. So this is the important line. This is because we can only access the global variable. You can access the global variable, but cannot modify it from inside. You can access the global variable, but you cannot modify it. Okay, without using global keyword. Okay, so changing global value from inside a function, very well. So now global and local variable. So the how to use global value, local value in the same code. It's very simple. So in this example, x is the global, this is a global variable. So in this function, I have mentioned the global x. I have declared that x is the global variable, so you can change the value of x also. Y equals to local. So y is the local variable because it is initialized inside the function. It is declared inside the function. It is a local variable and x is the global variable. So using global, since you have used the global keywords, that's why you can modify it. Okay. So now print x, print y. So it will result the global into global because it is the string. So it will print two times. Okay. So global and print y will print local. Okay. So this is about the global keyword and local variable. So next one is non. One thing is remain. You can use the two variable, local variable and global variable with same name. How? Let's see. Here the value of x is 100. Now you will mention, you are not using the global keyword. You will mention x equals to 5. Okay, and this line. Now what will be the result? The result here x equals to 500. So it is the local variable. It is the local variable and it will not raise any error. Okay, and this is the global variable with same name. Here, this is the local variable, name is x. Here, x equals to 100. It is the global variable. Okay, so if you run this program, see, you will see the result. The variable inside the function x equals to 5. The value of local variable is 500. So here it will print 500. But whenever you use this value x outside the function, then it will treat it as global variable. So it will print the value of x 100. Okay. So you can use the same name for global variable and local variable. Okay, but the scope is different. Then this is the global variable, so you can use it inside and outside the function, but this is the local variable. You can access this variable inside the function modules. Okay, students. Okay, so let's move to the another topic, that is non-local variable. So non-local variables are used in nested functions. Nested function, a function within a function is known as nested function. Let's see. Suppose this is your, let's remove it. This is your function, write down outer. This is your outer function. Here you have mentioned x equal to 500. Okay. Inside the variable in outer x. Okay. Now I have created another function inside the function, that is inner. If I use the value x here, then it will raise an error. Why? Let's see. So x is the local variable and this variable cannot be accessed inside the another function in the nested function. Let's see. If you use print variable in inner. Okay, let's see the result. If you call the function, here I am calling inner function here. Okay, and I am calling function outer. What you will get? Sorry, run your program. Now unindented, sorry, unindent. Okay. So now you can see there is no problem here because this is the local variable. So here you are using this x, okay, but you are not modifying it. So in this case, it will not raise any error. But what will happen if you modify this variable? For example, x equals to x multiplied by 2. If you modify this, now it will raise the error. It will raise the same error. Local variable x is referenced before assignment, means this variable cannot be modified in the nested function. So for this you have to declare that, you have to tell that it is a non-local variable. Okay, now So now you can access this variable. Okay, so variable outer x is equal to 500 and the variable inner will be 1000. Why? Because you have changed the value of the variable, value of x. So this is the use of non-local keyword. So non-local keyword is used whenever you access the variable in the nested function. Okay, students. So now you have to watch this video again and again to know about local, global, and non-local variable. It's a very important topic. Okay, thank you, students. Enough for this session. Have a nice day. Be healthy. Be safe.